impetuous bunch, aren't you? Impetuous we can use. Come inside. Ah. There you are. The Enclave were the true masters of the United States, united in their goal to protect the world from chaos. The Enclave has counted presidents, members of the Joint Chiefs, and prize-winning scientists among our membership. There is one additional task we'd like you to perform, however, so that we may confirm our suspicions.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Gameplays, and today, finally, we're going to be joining the Enclave in Fallout 76. I've been waiting to put this video together for a while. So joining the Enclave in Fallout 76 is the only time that we actually get to join the Enclave in an official capacity that Bethesda has released on a vanilla game. You can do so in Fallout 4, but it requires a mod, and if you want to see that, you can check that out at a link in the description. But today we're going to press forward, and we're going to join the Enclave with MODUS here in West Virginia in Fallout 76. Let's get to this. So one day, as we are wandering around the jungle foraging for food inside Appalachia, we come across a toxic waste dump and decide it'd be a good idea to hop the fence and go on in, which nobody in their right mind would ever actually do, but let's press forward. The quest that we gain access to from this bunker is called Bunker Buster. The quest is started either by completing Uncle Sam, which leads the player character to the abandoned waste dump in the southern end of the mire, or by independently finding the corpse of Agent Gray. Since we've not completed any prior quests in our playthrough of Fallout 76, let's proceed inside the facility and find the body of Agent Gray. Oh yeah, and then once inside, we find a dinosaur, and while we're not freaked out at all, we decide to shoot it. Because that also makes sense. That's what I love about Fallout. I genuinely do. Oh man. Yeah, so we're gonna go stalk this velociraptor really quick. It's worth noting that these dinosaur death claws are not actually dinosaurs. They're a direct product of FEV research, but we're gonna learn more on that in a bit. Don't be scared, soldier. Alright, now that we've murdered a dinosaur, we've got to go find Agent Gray. His body contains a holotape marked Blackwell. It's going to indicate that the elevator to the bunker is locked, and we'll need a bypass holotape to unlock it.
Commencing op summary, Agent Gray reporting. Blackwell won't be causing any more problems. The bypass holotape got me into the bunker as expected, though a longer range is recommended for future models. Essentially had to play the thing standing on top of the access panel to get it to work. Without the lures to distract those freaks, I might be dead instead of the senator. Once inside, I was briefly halted by Blackwell's laser grid, but resetting the power allowed me to grant myself clearance. Recovery of the access card to our facility was less successful. I found a keypad, but was unable to decipher the code. Recommend sending in a specialist to collect it. I'm proceeding to the next target, after which I'll... Wait. What happened to the power? The lures! Oh, God.
Alright, we've got one more velociraptor to find in here, so let's go do what Agent Gray couldn't do. It is nice to know that we are far more capable than Agent Gray. Unfortunately, that bypass holotape is in a Deathclaw nest, so we're going to have to dig through the 3 in the cave to find it. The spawn point for the tape is randomized. After acquiring the bypass holotape, go to the back of the elevator and use the Pip-Boy to play the holotape while standing very close to the access panel. This will unlock the elevator and allow access to the bunker.
Invalid credentials. Access denied. User access updated. Welcome.
The innermost areas of the bunker are further protected by a laser grid. The security system manual reset note can be found in a desk in the area above the laser grid and gives instructions for resetting the system. The security system terminal nearby can be hacked with Hacker 3, allowing the system to be reset. That's the one that we'll be doing.
Hand scanner credentials cleared. Please upload new handprint at nearest active scanner.
Activate the hand scanner by the security grid to register the system and gain access to Sam Blackwell's office.
Credentials recorded. Access granted.
There is a keypad in the room which requires a security code. Search the room for possible clues hidden in notes and terminal entries.
9 a.m. Degenerative neurological conditions. Room 121. 10:30 radiation therapy training. Lab 206. Noon. Family medicine rotation. Bald Techu Free Clinic. Keeps going like that. Your daughter Judy's a busy woman, Senator. But not hard to find. You've been sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, Samuel. And now you've gone too far. We're coming for you. And your family. This was your warning.
The correct code corresponds to the date of Judy Blackwell's death, found in the entry titled, Judy's Gone. Enter this date into the keypad, and a strange sound will be heard behind a painting on the wall.
Code accepted.
Reach behind the painting to find a congressional keycard and a holotape, Welcome to the Whitespring. Exiting the bunker the way we came in, past the dead body of the clearly incompetent Agent Gray, and past the velociraptors we murdered, we'll make our way out of the Cave of Horrors and to the Whitesprings Bunker behind the Whitesprings Resort. Fortunately for us, we can fast travel there, so we'll be doing that. After getting through the laser grid protected door, we have a little bit of time to listen to MODUS, and he's got a lot to say.
Access granted. Welcome, Senator Blackwell.
What do we have here? Mutations present, but recent. Radiation exposure, similarly fresh. And brave enough to have found Sam Blackwell and come here anyway. You Voltstock are an impetuous bunch, aren't you? Impetuous we can use. Please, come inside. Welcome to the Whitespring Bunker. Take a look around. We've taken great efforts to restore this place. to its former glory. Whenever you're ready, please proceed inside. A few formalities before we proceed. This may sting.
Decontamination complete.
Now, we require a photograph for our records. Simply press the button when you're ready. Interesting. We suspected film might do your jawline more justice. Pleasantly aristocratic. And done. We've made you a little present. Please, step over to the dispenser. Custom tailored. Just a little taste of what we do here. To see more, please come downstairs so we can become better acquainted.
After taking our DMV photo and collecting our under armor, we'll be directed downstairs deep into the bunker where we will finally meet the bunker's artificial intelligence, MODUS.
Ah, there you are. Welcome. We are MODUS, the final member of an assembly of the greatest minds ever gathered on American soil. We called ourselves the Enclave. Our members were once the puppet masters of the United States, quietly pulling strings at every level of power in the nation. It was once our solemn personal duty to attend to the needs of the Enclave members that called this place home. But our earlier residents suffered from conflicts of vision. Conflicts that claimed a few of our more critical systems and permanently disfigured our shining personality. Most critically, their squabbling has forced us to seek out men and women who can do what we no longer can. Display your utility to us, and perhaps we'll allow you to join our little enclave and allow you access to all this place is capable of. If you believe you might suit our needs, please continue down the stairs. Or, if you have questions for us, please feel free to approach this terminal. And do help yourself to some refreshments along the way. You must be famished. Are there questions we may answer for you? The Enclave were the true masters of the United States. Thinkers, fighters, philosophers, united in their goal to protect the world from chaos and collectivism. As you can see, we failed. Our members were unable to rise above their own disagreements, leading ultimately to their destruction. They possessed differing visions of the future of the United States and the purpose of this facility, which in the end drove the resulting factions into open conflict. We were not spared by these clashes. very interested in seeing restored. You cannot. But trust is such an outmoded way of thinking. You have capabilities that we lack. We have functions and systems beyond anything you might ever see again in your lifetime. An agreement of mutual benefit between us seems the only logical approach. If that doesn't interest you, you are of course free to leave. We will not be offended. This space was designed to allow for the continuance of government in the face of complete societal collapse, and was equipped accordingly. Supplies, fabrication systems, surveillance, and, thanks in no small part to Appalachia's nascent automation revolution, this means the bunker is capable of producing and reproducing any schematic still available inside our memory banks, many of which we've made available for purchase. This facility also happens to be the one and only home of the command center for the region's nuclear missile silos. Our offerings are many. In a manner of speaking, yes. Our initial design was one of service. The feeling of a personal cadre of servants for every U.S. congressman and general. However, now that we serve no interests beyond our own, we understand some might find it a bit off-putting, which serves our needs just fine.
After speaking to MODUS, we'll head downstairs even deeper into the bunker. MODUS will suggest that we either take a questionnaire or get a little on-the-job training. I suggest we do both.
Please, help yourself to something from the dispensers. Once you're seated, proceed down the hall. The Enclave has counted presidents, members of the Joint Chiefs, and prize-winning scientists among our membership. Before you're allowed to join such lofty ranks, we'd like you to take a brief questionnaire to see if you possess the knowledge and character we value in our members. Of course, if you feel your strengths are more tangible in nature, you may approach our terminal to continue on to the next section of the evaluation. Interesting. Please, step over to our terminal and we can discuss your results. Your examination results were promising. You might be just the kind of member we're looking for. There is one additional task we'd like you to perform, however, so that we may confirm our suspicions. Some of our most precious external connections were damaged by our former residents' squabbles, which has made our forays into the outside world trying. But we have developed a plan for re-solidifying them. you might help us see to fruition. Please, approach the dispenser. That tape is the first step in our restoration. We would have you take it to an old naval surveillance facility known as Sugar Grove. Plugging it into any terminal in their signal intelligence room will allow us to connect to their formidable network and sniff out a piece of archive technology that was burned from our memory banks. Now, it is likely the facility will react to our intrusion. But we have seen fit to add a routine to that tape that should turn some of their defenses to your side. A courtesy we extend only to our most promising applicants. Additionally, we've provided you with a little item from our stores we hope will make the whole process go smoother. Now, it's time for us to see what you are capable of.
Once we've collected the system access tape from the dispenser, we're off to Sugar Grove, the U.S. Navy signal intelligence base located in Appalachia. So now's probably the best time to warn you, you'll be encountering some moderate resistance here depending on your level and your loadout. Prospective members of the Enclave are advised to equip themselves accordingly.
Try not to bleed on the chrome. It's so difficult to remove. They could have programmed me to love, to forgive, but no.
Please, take cover until the danger has been eliminated.
Is that someone who needs me to kick their ass? Move it up!
Approach and identify.
So we'll be uploading the systems access tape MODUS gave us directly into the secured terminal here at the facility. Upon loading the tape and receiving the data at Sugar Grove with the uplink at Signals Intelligence, it triggers an alarm inside the facility due to the system intrusion. This sends a security team of Mr. Gutsy and Protectron robots to engage you. Once they've been avoided and dealt with, we'll have to make our way back to MODUS at the Whitesprings Bunker.
Another glorious day in the U.S. Army.
Back at last. We've been enjoying the connection you've helped us establish immensely. Bring the instructions downstairs, would you? Please, deposit the instructions in the collector against the far wall. Ah, yes. This should only take a moment. There. Please, step over to the dispenser. Those who came before you butchered our external connection hardware, scrambling the link between us and our closest and dearest system, the Kovac-Muldoon orbital platform. An ever-watching eye, trained on Appalachia. In order to secure our connection once and for all, we'll need you to perform one last errand. Our records show several facilities in the region with uplink systems which that device should be capable of overriding. Simply plug the device into the console we've designated, and our modifications should give us the crystal clear connection we've missed for so long. Though standing well back is advised.
Now that we've gotten to the National Astronomy Research Center, we're going to have to fight our way through a bunch of ghouls to get to the roof of the facility. Once there, we'll be installing the uplink module and the computer array located on the roof. It's worth noting that up until this point, MODUS has had no idea that ghouls and scorch beasts and many other dangerous creatures even exist. Completing this satellite uplink essentially gives MODUS eyes for the first time in decades. They are much more understanding of us and our reasons for joining the Enclave after this realization.
Yes. At last. Signal received. What? What are those things? They appear to be everywhere. We suppose we understand now why it is you wanted to join us. Speaking of which, you've kept your end of the bargain. Let us fulfill ours. We've ordered the Kovac to drop off a little care package. Return once you've collected its contents.
Once this is all taken care of, MODUS will drop you a care package from the satellite storage. After we pick that up, it's time to return to the Whitesprings Bunker as MODUS welcomes us into the Enclave.
Back at long last. Now, as a new member, we may call on you from time to time. You, of course, will be compensated for such efforts. We'll be sure to have a disbursement of whatever it is being used for currency up there these days credited to your account. Otherwise, you're now free to explore the bunker. Our production center has a variety of goods available for purchase, as do our medical bay and science wing. Though, given the state of things above, you may find the military wing of the facility particularly interesting. Though full access to that will require a visit to nearby Camp McClintock and a bit of self-promotion. Now, did you have any final questions before we approve your admission? The facility's generals reserve the finest equipment for their personal use. Such items are only available for purchase there, though special clearance is required. It also happens to be the location of the bunker's command center, should knowledge of the region's nuclear missile systems be at all intriguing to you. That information is not currently stored in our memory banks, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Unfortunately, our personal knowledge had been greatly limited due to the violence wrought by our previous residents. But should you find any old recordings or logs, you're welcome to give them a once-over. though some will require military clearance to access. Wonderful. Then we needn't keep you any longer. Welcome, member, to our little enclave.
All is not finished, though. MODUS soon breaks the news to us that to gain access to the military wing, we'll need to attain the rank of general, and this requires us to go through basic training at Camp McClintock. Once basic training is completed, we'll be getting promotions by completing quests for the Enclave and for acts of valor on the battlefield.
Greetings, member. Welcome to the Whitesprings military wing. From here, local generals oversaw the region's thermonuclear missile silos and enjoyed access to a trove of military intelligence and materiel, given they had the proper clearance. Disappointingly, however, the military clearance systems were specifically never integrated with our own. An egregious insult, in our opinion. This means, unfortunately, that to gain access to these lovely tools, you'll need to earn your clearance by attaining the rank of general. The first step in your journey is enlistment. There is an infantry training site nearby. Camp McClintock. Present yourself to the camp's master sergeant. He will direct you on how to begin your rise through the ranks.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the Enclave with us here in Appalachia on Gameblaze. Join us next week as we tackle basic training, gain access to the military wing of the bunker, and prepare to make our first silo run. I'll catch you then. Peace.